Let me tell you something real simple, real clear. Men may not always say what they feel, but they show it. A good man, a man who's serious about you, he's gonna test you, but not to play games. He tests you because he wants to know if you're the woman he can build a life with. Every man who's thinking long term checks 4 things without even realizing he's doing it. And if you understand these tests, you won't fail them, you'll rise through them. The first test is patience. A man wants to know if you can handle him on his bad days, not just when he's shining. Every man walking this earth has moments where he's confused, tired, frustrated, or unsure about his next step. He watches how you react when he's not perfect. Do you make him feel worse? Do you pressure him? Or do you bring some peace? A woman who knows when to step back, when to encourage, and when to simply be there, that woman is rare. Men notice your patience long before they notice your beauty. They want to see if you're someone who can stay steady when life gets rocky. A man will test your patience long before he tests anything else. And most women don't even realize when it's happening. See, patience is not about sitting quiet or ignoring things. Patience is energy. It's the way you handle moments that aren't going your way. It's the softness you bring when life hits hard. Men pay attention to that more than they ever admit because patience tells him who you really are beneath the surface. He wants to know if you are someone who can ride with him through storms or if you're only around when the sun is shining. There are days when a man doesn't have answers. A man may pull back, get quiet, or become distant for reasons he doesn't fully understand himself. That's when many women start panicking, assuming something is wrong, pushing him for explanations he is not ready to give. But a wise woman knows how to read the moment. She doesn't attack him for needing space. She doesn't start arguments because he's not talking the way he usually does. She gives breathing room without disconnecting from him. She says, "I'm here. Take your time." That small act is a test passed without even trying, because men crave peace more than they crave perfection. A man's patience test is really a peace test. Sometimes the test is unintentional. A man might be stressed at work, dealing with pressure he can't openly express. He may react short, frustrated, or off balance. He's not being rude, he's overwhelmed, and he watches how you respond. Do you add fuel to the fire by taking everything personally? Do you demand emotional energy he doesn't have at that moment, or do you show emotional maturity and give him grace? Patience is not letting him walk all over you. Patience is understanding timing. It's knowing when to talk and when to allow silence. A man notices how you handle disappointment too. If he cancels a plan because something important came up, how do you react? Do you explode, accuse him, or assume the worst? Or do you communicate honestly but calmly, showing that you can be flexible without losing your value? Patience is not pretending you're okay. It's expressing your feelings in a steady, respectful way. Men remember that. They remember the woman who didn't embarrass them when life got messy. They remember the woman who didn't make everything about drama. Real patience is shown when emotions are high. When you're angry, hurt, or confused, how do you speak to him? A man listens carefully in those moments. Anyone can be loving when things are easy, but your tone during conflict tells him everything he needs to know about your emotional discipline. Do you attack or do you articulate? Do you blame or do you explain? That difference separates a temporary woman from a forever woman in a man's mind. Another part of the patience test is your reaction to his growth pace. Men don't grow at the same speed. Some rise fast, some slow, but all grow in cycles. If he feels like you're constantly comparing him to other men who has a better job, a better car, a better lifestyle, he will shut down. A patient woman acknowledges his efforts, not just his results. She sees the man he is becoming, not just the man he is today. That kind of patience builds a man, and men never forget the woman who believed in them during the climb instead of waiting at the finish line. Patience shows him that you can handle real life, not just romance. Life will bring stress, setbacks, delays, and unexpected problems. He needs to know if you can face these things with him or if you're going to crumble, complain, or criticize every time something goes wrong. Patience is strength disguised as softness, and when a man sees that in you, he knows he's found something rare. The second test is respect. Men run on respect the way cars run on fuel. You disrespect a man, you drain him. You speak life into a man, you recharge him. He's watching how you talk to him, especially when you're angry. Anybody can be sweet on a good day. But a man remembers how you treated him when you didn't get your way. Did you belittle him, compare him, talk over him, make him feel small, or did you stand firm but still speak with love? A man who's thinking about a future needs to know you'll respect him even when things aren't perfect, because life ain't perfect. Respect is one of the biggest things a man pays attention to, even when he never says it out loud. A man can love you, be attracted to you, want you, yet still pull away if he feels disrespected. Respect is the language men hear with their heart. And they notice how you speak it in moments when emotions are high, when situations feel unfair, or when you don't agree with them. A man will quietly test your respect without planning to. It comes out naturally through everyday interactions, and how you act in those moments tells him who you truly are. A man wants to know how you talk to him when you're upset. That's the real test. Anyone can be loving when things are peaceful. But when you're angry or disappointed, do you talk to him like a partner or do you talk to him like an enemy? Your tone becomes everything in those moments. A man remembers the time you threw words at him that cut deeper than you realized. He remembers if you talked down to him, compared him to other men, or used sarcasm that felt like disrespect. Men don't forget tone, especially when it wounds their pride. Respect doesn't mean staying silent or agreeing with everything he says. A strong woman can speak her mind without tearing him down. You can express hurt without attacking his character. You can disagree without humiliating him. That balance is what men look for. He's testing if you can bring fire without destroying the bridge between you. He wants to know if you can communicate as a teammate, not as someone trying to win a fight. A man also notices how you treat him in front of others. If you embarrass him, correct him harshly, or expose his weaknesses just to make a point, that's a signal to him that you don't understand what respect means. Men are sensitive about public respect because it ties directly to their sense of dignity. Even small things, rolling your eyes, mocking him, complaining about him to friends, matter more than you think. A man tests your loyalty and respect in social settings because that's where true colors show. When a woman defends her man publicly but corrects him privately, that's a woman he wants to keep. Another unspoken test is how you respond when he shares something vulnerable. If he opens up about his fears, failures, or insecurities, he's watching how you react. Do you use it against him later? Do you dismiss it or belittle it? Or do you treat his vulnerability with care? A man needs emotional safety just as much as a woman does, but he rarely asks for it. Respect gives him that safety. When you honor what he shares with you, he feels doubled as a man. When you weaponize it, he shuts down and stops opening up. Men also test respect through responsibility. If he makes a mistake, forgets something, or falls short in an area, he pays attention to your reaction. Do you attack him, nag him, or make him feel like a disappointment? Or do you address the issue without attacking his identity? A respectful woman corrects behavior without destroying the man behind it. That's the difference between criticizing and guiding. Men can hear guidance. They tune out criticism that feels like disrespect. Respect is also shown in how you value his efforts. Even if he isn't where he wants to be yet, he watches whether you acknowledge his attempt or only point out his flaws. Respect means appreciating what he does, not just waiting for what you expect. A man gives more to a woman who sees the good in him instead of constantly magnifying the bad. A man tests respect not because he wants to control you, but because he wants to know if you're someone he can trust with his heart, his pride, and his future. Respect is the foundation of how a man loves, commits, and grows. When he sees that in you, he sees a woman he can build a lifetime with. The third test is loyalty. Not loyalty in the big dramatic moments, no. Loyalty in the little things. Does he see you talking about him behind his back? Do you defend him when people try to tear him down? Do you stay solid when he opens up and shows his vulnerable side? A man might test you by sharing something personal just to see if he can trust you. If you turn it into gossip or a weapon for later arguments, that door closes. But if you protect what he gives you, he sees that. Men fall deepest for the woman who makes them feel safe, not judged. Loyalty is something every man looks for long before he ever talks about commitment. A man may not say it, but he pays close attention to who you are when he's not in the room, when things get tough, and when he shows you the parts of himself that nobody else sees. Loyalty isn't proven in grand moments. It's revealed in small, quiet, everyday choices. And men test it in ways you might never realize, because loyalty tells him whether you're truly with him or just with him when it's convenient. A man will test your loyalty by noticing how you talk about him to other people. When you're frustrated, when things aren't perfect, when he makes a mistake, what do you say about him? Do you run to your friends and complain? Do you expose every flaw, every issue, every weakness, or do you protect the relationship while still addressing the problem privately? Men listen to how you speak about them behind their back, and eventually they hear it one way or another. Loyalty is when you speak with love even when you're hurt. It's when you don't turn him into a joke or gossip topic just to get sympathy. A man remembers the woman who protected his name when she had every reason not to. Another test comes when he opens up emotionally. When a man tells you something personal, something uncomfortable, something he doesn't tell everyone, he's watching how you handle that information. Do you treat it with care? Do you hold it like something sacred? Or do you bring it up later during an argument, using his vulnerability as a weapon? Men shut down the moment they feel their weakness isn't safe with you. Loyalty means you guard what he gives you, even when you're angry. Loyalty is emotional protection, and men fall hardest for the woman who makes them feel safe in that way. A man also tests loyalty through rough patches. When he's struggling financially, mentally, or emotionally, do you stand beside him or do you look for a way out? Men notice how you act when their life isn't glamorous. They don't forget the woman who stayed solid when everything around them felt unstable. Loyalty is not about tolerating disrespect or accepting less than you deserve. Loyalty is about not abandoning him the moment life challenges him. Men respect a woman who believes in them before the win, not just after. Loyalty also shows up in how you react to outside attention. Men see how you handle compliments from other men, whether you flirt back to feel validated or whether you keep your boundaries firm. They pay attention to whether you entertain unnecessary conversations, whether you let other men get too comfortable around you, or whether you make it clear through your actions that you're not available. A loyal woman does not keep backup options. She doesn't need attention from other men. She chooses her man every day, even in small interactions. Another test is your consistency. Do you stay the same when his circumstances change? If he's doing well, you're sweet, loving, and encouraging. But if he hits a setback, do you become cold, impatient, or distant? Men test loyalty through consistency because loyalty is about presence, not perfection. If your love shifts based on what he can give you, he will notice. Men open up fully only to the woman whose loyalty remains steady through highs and lows. Sometimes a man will even pull back slightly just to see what you do. Not to manipulate you, but to understand whether you're with him for who he is or for what he does. Do you panic? Do you immediately assume the worst? Or do you stay grounded and steady, trusting the bond instead of reacting from fear? That patience and steadiness tell him everything he needs to know. Loyalty is not just staying, it's showing up with the same heart through every season. It's choosing him without needing applause. It's giving him a safe place to be himself. And when a man feels that from you, he sees a partner, not just a girlfriend. And the fourth test is effort. Men notice who tries with them, who checks on them, who remembers what they said. It's not always about grand gestures. Sometimes it's the text that says, hey, I know you've had a long day, did you eat? Or the little things you do that show you're paying attention. A man tests effort because he wants to know if he's building with someone who's equally invested. Relationships can't survive on one-sided effort. He's watching if you match his energy, if you show up the way he shows up. So understand this, a good man isn't testing you to break you. He's testing you because he's trying to see if he can walk with you for the long run. And when you pass those tests, not by pretending, but by being your best self, you don't just win the man, you win a partnership worth having.